Tomorrow War is the brand new Amazon Prime original film, their highest budgeted film of to date. The film stars Chris Pratt, Yvonne Strahovski, Sam Richardson, Betty Gilpin, and J.K. Simmons. And tell a story about a family man, Chris Pratt. He is drafted to go into the future to save something, and he has to, for some reason, confront his past while doing so, to save humanity, his future, and his present. My name is Matt Sinderberg. The film is 2 hours and 20 minutes and PG-13. Sorry, my name is Matt Sinderberg. Back to a brand new movie review here on Max Talks Movies. We're talking The Tomorrow War, one of the most highly anticipated films of all of July for a lot of people. And it comes out July, came out last night here in the West Coast, July 1st, now July 2nd here, officially here on Amazon Prime. Before we start my review, please leave a like, as that's the best way to support this channel. Also, please comment down below your thoughts. If you have seen the film already, let me know your thoughts of the film. We'll have fun discussion in the comment section down below. If you have not, tell me, will you see this, or are you interested in seeing it this weekend on Amazon Prime? Also, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, streaming platform reviews, movie rankings, and a box office breakdown. So if you like any one of those things, consider liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, doing all those things. For now, let's go about the movie. So again, I was very excited for the film. The fact that it's high budgeted. I watched one trailer. My friend went to the premiere, said he really liked it. So I did hear a lot of mixed things. I think right now it's like 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's pretty split down the middle with people. And normally I'm more positive, and let's talk about that first, the positive with the movie. I had a really fun time with this movie. I think the main reason why is that I do really enjoy Chris Pratt. I think he's probably done his best acting work, in my opinion, in a pretty long time. Maybe since that first Guardians, even maybe, or Jurassic World. He's actually quite good in the movie. The first 30 minutes are really interesting because the film does take its time, and the film really is about him. They introduce a lot of other characters, and I'll get to that in the negatives, but they do really nail his character. It really is his movie, his story, his relationship with his family, the person when he meets Yvonne Strahovski in the future, that dynamic. And I want to get to that really quick. The dynamic between Chris Pratt and Yvonne Strahovski's character in the second act of the movie is, in my opinion, by far the best aspect of the entire movie. Their relationship, their dynamic is really on point. It's the most emotional of the entire movie, and you actually care about both characters because of what they established in the first act of the film. The two of them together really work really well together. You get both of their situations, both of their reasonings for helping each other, and it really does come together well. Now, again, Yvonne Strahovski is not in the entire movie. She's in really just the second act. When they're both together, they really are great together. Again, the cast is really great. J.K. Simmons in his very small role is really good in the movie. And the film does have a really great premise. The fact that these people in 2022 are watching, people from the future say there's a war, we're going to draft people across the world. We have to go to the future to stop this from even happening. And it's a really interesting premise. A lot of people are saying it's like Independence Day meets Interstellar meets Edge of Tomorrow. And I guess that's kind of what it is. I say Edge of Tomorrow is probably the closest thing that this is anyway, too. I don't think it's anywhere near those three films, but still. But overall, just had a fun time with the movie. I was never bored. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was really never bored with the film. It has really a good main character that was caring about for the entire film. Him and Strahovski have a really great dynamic. And you want these creatures to be stopped. And also the creature design of these creatures that are taking over the future and could be in the present right now are some of the best creature designs in a really long time. It's not just horrifying to look at, but they have some nice abilities to them. The creatures look spectacular. The design, whoever designed these creatures in the film, give yourself a pat on your back. It was a really amazing job designing the creatures. Also, the film just looks really good. Its director, Chris McKay, who is known for directing some of the Lego movies. If I'm not mistaken, I know he did Lego Batman. He's supposed to be doing the Nightwing movie, or was supposed to be. I don't know what the status was, but he did direct the Lego Batman movie. He's directing the Nightwing movie. So that's a very big deal for him. But this is his first live action movie that he's directed. And it's a pretty big scale movie. There's a lot of CGI, there's a lot of big action set pieces that are happening. So I think Chris McKay also did a really good job in the role as a director. But I do want to transition right now into some negatives. And my main negative with the movie is really at times its script. It does two things that I was not a huge fan of. The first thing is I really wanted to laugh a lot more in the movie. I don't think I laughed at all in the movie. And it has Chris Pratt and Sam Richardson, who you can see right there. He is supposed to be the comedic relief of the movie. And I do like Sam Richardson and a lot of other stuff. But for me, his character was not funny at all. And his character is in, I would say, the first 20 minutes of the movie, and they'll disappear for a 30-minute stretch, and they'll come back, and then they'll disappear again, then they'll come back. And that's also, again, the movie just isn't funny to me. And I thought that this type of movie needed a lot smarter and wittier comedy, which would have made this even a more fun experience. And that's why I did have to drop this a little bit. Also, guys, another big negative for me is that they do nail in Chris Pratt's character. But while they're really trying to make it a solo story with his character, they introduce so many different characters with so many different other subplots going on. And then at times you feel like the film wants you to care about this character, and that character disappears from the rest of the movie. It doesn't have anything to do with the main story. I was not a big fan of the J.K. Simmons subplot. I feel like it was so forced. And one of the more cliche parts of the film, that film goes through a lot of cliches. Some of them you'll forgive because it's this, you know what movie you're going into. But for me, the J.K. Simmons cliche character of the dad who left Chris Pratt's character when he was very young, you know where the story is going to head with J.K. Simmons' character, and it just did not work for me. Even though J.K. Simmons is great in the movie, he's one of my favorite. Yeah, he's such a great actor. For me, just the character and his dynamic with Chris Pratt just felt very forgettable. Betty Gilpin as Chris Pratt's wife is playing a pretty generic wife who just stays at home with the kid and tells Chris Pratt everything's going to be okay on and over again. She's a very stereotypical mother, and that for me just also didn't really elevate the movie, especially when you go dive deeper into the character of Chris Pratt. As I said, there's so many characters that are introduced that the film wants you to care about, and then they die in forgettable deaths. There's a lot of characters that you think the film wants you to care about, and they're forgotten about the rest of the movie, not even in the rest of the movie. So it's a weird thing where they do a good job and they want to nail the character. But if you're going to nail a character this much and make him basically in every single scene, like he's clearly the main character, you can't really introduce this many other characters with their own subplots in it, because then the film becomes forgettable with these other characters. But overall, I really did, again, and the film does have a lot of cliches. The plot is very predictable. I would say this. If you haven't seen the trailer, if you haven't seen the trailer, they've done a really good job. There's one main plot point of the movie that I did not know was in the movie. And when it happened, it was a really great reveal of that this is actually becoming one of the main plots of the movie. Other than that main plot that is not even known in the trailer, the rest of the movie is pretty predictable on where it's going to go. And that also took you out of there. You didn't really feel the stakes because you didn't really care about the other characters other than Chris Pratt. And that took away from a lot of the stakes of the ending of the movie. But overall, guys, I'm going to be more positive than other people. I didn't love the movie. It's not one of the best movies of the year, but I had a fun time watching this movie. So I'm going to give The Tomorrow War, guys, a 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to give this movie a 70%. I did have a really good time with the movie. It was an easy watch, 2 hours and 20 minutes. While the tones didn't always work and all the characters definitely didn't always work, I did care about Chris Pratt. This main plot line with Strahovski and Pratt's character, I really dug a lot. And I just had a fun time. It was fun to see a blockbuster at home. So that's my thoughts on The Tomorrow War. This is a pretty divisive movie. So where do you stand on the movie? If you've already seen it, in the comment section down below, please like, share, subscribe. A lot of videos coming out, the Bad Batch spoiler review, the Forever Purge review, a lot of reviews coming down the line. So you got to ring the bell to notified when those reviews come out.